Good evening.
Good evening.
For two?
Please.
You must be out of your tiny mind, Greg Richards.
Why? Is it such a big favor I'm asking you?
You must be joking. Sue Tarleton doing nude shots. Don't you read the papers? I'm a top model now.
I know that. That's why I called you. Look, there's this character, see? He wants to do a calendar for next year. And he's guaranteed if I can get you to pose, I can take the pictures. Look, I need this contract, Sue. I really do.
Well, you'll just have to try elsewhere.
But this isn't just run-of-the-mill strip stuff. Look, what I've got in mind is good art photography, something different.
You mean something kinky? Remember, it's me you're talking to. I know all about that hole-in-the-wall studio you operate.
It's a photo club.
I mean, it's a place where men come in off the street and you supply cameras without filming them so they can leer at the models. There's nothing I don't know about your nasty little setup, sonny boy.
Funny thing, though, in all the write-ups that you've had, I've never seen that mentioned, that you used to do that sort of work. Still, I suppose it's not the kind of thing that you'd want publicized, is it? Probably wouldn't do you much good.
Don't try that one, Greg. I moved away from you and your sort, like as far away as the moon. I've got friends now, powerful friends. You give me any trouble and they'll step on you hard. Don't make me laugh.
Miss, can you take my bill, please?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have to be going.
This could be a big break for me, Sue. Come on now, love. You do owe me something, don't you?
Excuse me, miss.
What is it?
I hope you don't think I'm mad, but I've got to warn you.
Warn me? What about?
Look, don't leave here until after 10 o'clock. Then take a taxi all the way to your door. Do believe me, it is important. Really it is.
Do you know this lady?
I never saw her before.
What's going on? What's the bit?
I work here. It's not a bit. Oh, do listen to me.
Well, perhaps you'd better explain.
No, isn't time. Anyway, you wouldn't believe me. Just trust me. Take a taxi all the way home. Don't leave here until after 10 o'clock. That's all I ask.
Come on, Sue, let's go.
No, you can't go. Not yet.
Greg, she doesn't look like a crank.
She doesn't look like anything.
Oh, please don't go. You could get killed.
Killed? Well, I better not be. I've got a very important job tomorrow.
Lady, you're crazy. You know that? Did you ever hear anything like that? I ought to get back there and have her fired.
You can do what you like. I'm going home.
Hey, not yet, Sue. Come on back to my place. Have a drink. Might be able to get you to change your mind.
I should sink so low and you should be so lucky. Good night, Greg. Oh, don't bother to find me a taxi. I'll pick one up around the corner. Taxi! Hey, taxi!
Sue! What happened?
The building.
Where are you?
Somebody call an ambulance.
Get it, please! Sue! 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 Oh, no. Sue. Oh, my God. Excuse me, miss. I'd like to talk to you.
You're the man who was here last night with that girl.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I read about it in the papers.
Well, I'm sorry about last night. I was a little rude to you then.
If she'd just listened to me, you
Yeah,
know...
well,
that-
I've got to talk to you.
I'm on duty.
What's your name?
Carrie Clark.
Oh, Carrie, how'd you know about Sue? I mean, how'd you know she was going to die?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Well, try me.
I dream.
Oh, you saw the accident in a dream, huh?
Yeah. I saw everything. I saw her walking down the street under the scaffolding, and I saw the scaffolding collapse. And I heard a clock. It was striking 10.
When'd you have this dream?
It was last Tuesday night.
Tuesday, huh? 2 days before it happened. Listen, Carrie, you, in your dream, do you recognize her as Sue Tarleton, the model? I mean, you must have seen photographs of her, huh?
I didn't know who she was, not then.
Did you see me in your dreams, too?
No, just her. Walking down Nelson Street, you know, where it happened. Look, I did try to warn her, didn't I? I mean, I did try.
Yes, you did. You tried. Well, thank you.
Wouldn't listen. They never do.
They? You've, had other dreams about, accidents to other people?
Yes, and worse. Once it was a suicide. A man hanged himself. 3 days later, I read about it in the newspaper. It happened just the way I saw it in my dream. Carouche? Yes. Certainly, sir. Yes. Mr. Hardy. 9 p.m., table for 4. Yes, that'll be all right. Thank you.
So, how long have you been having these dreams?
Oh, ever since my accident.
When was that?
It was about a year ago. I was knocked down by a car. My own fault. I wasn't looking where I was going. I was unconscious for 2 days in hospital.
On the dreams, they started after that, huh?
About a month after I got home.
Well, what about your doctor? Did you go back to see him?
I'd had enough of hospitals.
Yeah. How about your parents? It must be quite a worry to them.
They're both dead.
Oh, sorry. Well, you, tell anybody else about your dreams?
Oh, I've told people. I mean, when I first started having these dreams, I used to go and see the people involved. You know, try and warn them. Never took any notice. Used to think I was mad. In the end, I gave up trying. Till yesterday. You know, sometimes I think I am going mad. You don't know what it's like having these dreams. Seeing awful things happen to people and then waking up knowing it's true and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, I don't think you're mad, Carrie. I believe you.
Last night, I'd have given anything I'd got if your friend would have believed me.
Yeah, well, Sue would have given a good deal more than that. Anybody would. Anybody. Okay, now let's get serious. The great moment has arrived. Now look, I can't show you my masterpiece when you laugh.
No. You shouldn't have told me that story. It's all right, then. All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Greg, it's smashing.
Like it, huh?
Like it? No one's ever taken a picture of me like that before.
Well, maybe that's because no one else has ever seen you the way I do. Hey, I told you, didn't I? When you first came up here, you got marvelous eyes.
Yeah, it was a week ago. Hey, do you know that? We've only known each other a few weeks. Feels like ages.
It's only the beginning.
No, Greg, I shouldn't. I mean, gin and whiskey and stuff like that, it makes me sleepy. I've had enough tonight, anyway.
To us.
Oh, Greg, I've had a smashing time tonight.
Good.
Do you know what I wish?
What?
Well, I wish that...
What's the matter? Carrie? 3 dead in warehouse fire. Fire early this morning at the warehouses of Crest Furniture Importers, Croydon. 3 men died when trapped in a lift. Carrie, you know about this?
Yes, I had a dream. It was the night before last. There were these men, and they were trapped in a lift, and they couldn't get out, you see. I mean, they were just trapped. And there was a fire, and it was roaring up the truck. Well, I mean, they were burned.
Easy now. Hey, it wasn't your fault. Why didn't you tell me about the dream? It might have helped.
Yeah, would have. Well, I did think about telling you, but I didn't want to be a drag.
Now, you listen to me, Carrie Clark. Whenever you have one of those nightmares, you tell me. Do you hear?
Yeah, but why does it have to be me, Greg? What is it? I'm afraid to go to sleep at night in case I wake up screaming.
Carrie, we're both lonely people. We need each other. Now, there wouldn't be much to start with, and you'd probably have to go on working, at least until I got established. But we would have each other. Oh, hell, what I'm trying to say is, will you marry me?
Oh, you don't mean it.
That's your answer?
No. I mean, yes. Oh, yes. 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 Out.
Carrie, wake up. Wake up.
Oh, Greg.
All right. What did you see?
Oh, it was awful. There was this man, the bank manager. He got shut in the vault. Yes, the lock jammed. He couldn't breathe. He was suffocating. But Greg, it's going to happen. Isn't there something we can do?
Okay, easy now, easy. Perhaps there is something we can do. Now, you tell me everything you can remember. For a start, any idea where this bank is?
Oh, it's one of those little banks near St. Paul's.
Did you see the name of it?
No, but I know the building, I'm sure. It's one of those little streets off Ludgate Circus.
I find your whole story quite preposterous.
Just the same, we're here in the vault.
Yes, one good reason. The fact that you were able to give me the combination of the safe. And I can think of no way you could have known that. Now, what you've told me is quite impossible. This is the very latest design. Foolproof.
Well, that vault door is faulty, and if it closes tonight while you're in there, you'll suffocate.
This door has a built-in safety feature. If it should close accidentally, this lever can be operated from the inside, and the door will open. Look, I'll show you. Now, throw the bolts. Set the lock. While the door's open. Now I'll demonstrate the safety control. Right? It's jammed.
Just as I told you, Mr. Thwaite. Just as I saw it in my dream.
It's incredible. I still can't believe it. But you must know, young man, that I'm enormously grateful. Tell me, have you had dreams like this before?
Oh, yes, well, ever since I was shot down over North Vietnam. Head wound. Earned me the Purple Heart. Also a medical discharge.
I see. And now you've settled here in England.
Right. Beginning to wonder if I made a mistake.
Mistake?
Well, in my game, sir, freelance photography, it's all uphill until you get established. That is if you look on photography as an art. Most fellas, of course, just can't take the waiting and end up taking girly pictures in back alley studios. But that's just not for me. No. I'm holding on, while I can.
I see. Mr.
Richard, sir.
Yeah, Richard. I'm sure that under the circumstances, you wouldn't be offended if I showed my appreciation in some small way. Shall we say £50?
Well, that's very generous of you, Mr. Thwaite, but you see, my wife's in the hospital and,
100, then. Check?
Well, if it's all the same to you, sir, I'd prefer cash.
Thank you very much. He believed you.
Ah, you should have seen his face when he shut the door and it jammed.
Somebody listened. Isn't it marvelous? Hey, that's a new jacket, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Like it? Just bought it.
Smashing. It's going to set the budget back a bit, isn't it?
Budget, nothing. £100. Less 15, of course, for the jacket. Courtesy of a grateful Mr. Arthur Thwaite.
Greg.
It's only the beginning, Carrie. You and I are going to be rich. Hey, can't we have a rest from that thing?
No, you come and watch this. It's good.
Look, I'm trying to work now. Will you turn that thing off?
Yeah, in a minute. Hey, do you mind? I was watching that show.
And I turned it off, okay?
I thought you rented that TV set for me, so I shouldn't be lonely when you work nights.
Well, tonight I'm home.
Yeah, so I've noticed. Makes a nice change.
What, is that supposed to be funny?
No, it's the truth. You have been out most nights lately.
Well, I have to work whenever I can, you know. We can't get by on that lousy wage you earn.
No, and you haven't picked up any reward money lately, have you?
What'd you say?
You heard me. Oh, Greg, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... Look, you know I was upset when you took money from that man at the bank. And you have been going on a bit lately about my dreams.
So now if I'm concerned about you, that's a crime, right?
No, of course not. But you're always going on about it. On and on. Have you had a dream lately? Are you sure? Sure you couldn't have forgotten? I mean, it's almost as if you...
As if what?
Well, as if you wanted me to go on having those horrible dreams.
That's a lousy thing to say.
Now, look. Look, Greg, if you've got something on your mind, it's better to get it out in the open, isn't it?
If that's what you've been thinking, yes, I'm glad you came out with it. It shows me just where I stand. All right, now you listen to me. From this moment on, I don't want to hear a single word about your nightmares. Try to be nice, understand, help. What do I get from you? Nothing but a slap in the face. Maybe now's a good time to think whether there ought to be any from now on for us. Maybe we ought to split, huh? Probably a big mistake in the first place.
Look, Greg, I don't want us to break up. I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, it's all my stupid imagination. Look, I've been on edge lately. I've been waiting, knowing those dreams are bound to come back. No. I shouldn't take it out on you anyway. Oh, go on. Forgive me.
You really think those things about me?
No, of course not. I said I'm sorry, haven't I? And no more talk about splitting up, eh? I don't think I could stand it.
Carrie, I'm sorry, too, for the things that I said. Hey, you know what? We just had our first fight. Our first and our last. Look, what say we mark the occasion with a little drink, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Great. If Madame will excuse me for a moment.
Oh. Only a small one for me, love.
Hey, let's drink Arkansas style.
You are?
More than one swallow. And the next round's on you. Come on. Ready?
Right.
Okay. Go.
Hey, how did I do?
You're now a member of the One Swallow Club.
Oh, I do love you, Greg Richards.
It's all right, Carrie. It's over. Come on now. You're awake now. Atta girl. You were calling out in your sleep.
I saw a woman. She was... Yes, she was drowning. It was a boat and it exploded. And she was struggling in the water. Oh, Greg, we've got to find her. We must warn her.
All right, relax for a minute. Okay, now, tell me everything, every detail you didn't remember. And don't worry, we'll find this woman.
Oh, I do hope so, Greg. Greg, if we do find her, will you promise me something?
What, darling?
Well, promise me you won't take anything or ask for any kind of reward.
I promise. Hi, baby.
Did you find her?
Yes, I found her. With all the information you gave me, I couldn't really miss.
Yeah, but did she listen? I mean, did she believe you?
They believe me. She has a husband. Paul and Rosalind Prentice. Hey, he's a big man in the building industry.
Well, go on and tell me all about it.
Oh, well, it was easy, really. Well, much easier than last time. But mind you, we had a lot of things going for it. Let's see. Number one, Mr. Prentice just bought the boat yesterday. Number two, it was only last night that he decided to call the boat Rosalind. And number three was Billy.
Oh, the Billy I kept hearing someone calling.
Yes, the same. Except for one thing. It seems that Billy is a dog. And that dog is not even at the cottage yet. He's been in quarantine, doesn't get out till tomorrow. Let's see, then we checked the wiring on the boat, found out that was defective, and that clinched it. Could have shorted out at any time, and bang!
I was going to make some coffee, love. Do you want some?
No, thanks, honey. I'm going to have a drink.
I bet they were grateful, weren't they? The Prentices, I mean.
What do you think?
You didn't take anything from them, did you, Greg?
Carrie, darling, I promised, didn't I?
Greg, I've been thinking, I mean, perhaps I should see a doctor. Or something like that, psychiatrist or something. I mean, you might be able to find out what's making me have the dreams and stop them. Don't you think it's a good idea?
Well, I'm not sure, Carrie. Perhaps if it was just you and me that we had to think of, well, that'd be one thing, but, well, there's more to it than that, isn't there?
What do you mean?
Well, I wish you could have been with me today, Carrie, so you could have seen the look on the Prentices' faces when I showed them what could have happened to them. You saved that woman's life, Carrie. And those dreams, those dreams of yours, well, they're a responsibility. Well, look, I know how you feel. You think that those nightmares are a curse. But did you ever stop to think that in a way they're also a wonderful gift? With this power that you have, you can save lives.
You mean I should just let them go on happening? You don't know what you're asking, Greg.
Well, think for a minute, Carrie. This power must have been given to you for a purpose, and that purpose must be to save lives.
Yeah, but the nightmares, I mean, they're horrible, Greg. I don't think I can stand anymore. I mean, they're horrible.
They're only dreams, Carrie. It's the reality that's horrible. You can stop these things from happening, though. Look, I know what this would mean. I know the kind of tortures you go through.
No, you don't. Not really. I know you're very kind and you're understanding and all that, but you don't know what it's like for me. Nobody can. Look, do you really think I ought to go on letting these dreams happen?
Yes, Carrie, I do.
God, look at me. I'm shaking all over. I think I could do with a drink.
Gary! Gary!
Oh, Greg. Oh, that poor little boy.
All right, tell me about it.
It's an accident. He's knocked down by a van and he's killed. Oh, his poor mother.
Oh, we'll have to warn her.
Yes. Greg, this time I want to come with you.
What do you mean?
Well, to find the woman. Warner. Please, Greg, I want to come with you.
Well, you think that's a good idea?
Yes, I do. If I'm going to go on having these dreams, I want to be there when the people are told. Especially this time. He's only a little boy. It's the only way I can go through with it, Greg.
Okay. Now, this house that you saw, any idea where it's at?
Oh, I think I'd recognize it. It's in a street in Mayfair. There's a wrought iron door and railings with little gold bits. And there's black and white paving outside the door.
Mayfair, huh? It's a good area. Best. Well, what do you think? Does this look like the street?
I don't know. Not sure. Let's go further on.
Well?
No. Let's try further up.
All right, now, come on, concentrate. Way, you said wrought iron door and black railing, right?
That's the house.
Are you sure?
Certain. Come on.
Wait a minute, Carrie. Look, we got plenty of time. Let's go have a drink. I want to talk to you for a minute.
It mustn't be long, Greg.
Relax.
I only want to get it over.
Look, we got to get something straight first.
What? We're only going to see the parents of that boy to warn them.
And we will. But this time there could be something in it for us, something big.
Greg, you promised.
See, this is the home of wealthy people. They can afford to be generous.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make it right.
Look, suppose we were selling insurance. You'd accept the premium, wouldn't you? Well, that's what we're really doing. We're selling life insurance and to people who need it. This is one policy that pays off. With these people, it's going to save their son's life, so why shouldn't we get something out of it?
It's no good, Greg. I can't do it.
Okay, Carrie, we'll play it your way. I'll just have to find some other way out if there's time.
Way out of what? What do you mean?
Well, I might as well tell you the truth. Sit down. I'm in trouble, Carrie. I'm in big trouble.
What sort of trouble?
Well, it's my own fault, really. When that photo club I was running folded, I started gambling. I kept losing. When I lost, I borrowed more and more. Oh, I stopped all that when I met you, of course, but, well, I'm still in very deep, and I'm being pressured to pay. And I'm frightened, Carrie. These people who hold my IOUs, they're a pretty rough crowd. If I don't come up with the money soon, they're going to carve me up but good.
What on earth did you tell me?
Because I knew you'd only worry. Because I was hoping for a chance like this, an opportunity to lay my hands on some cash, so I could get rid of these hoods forever and start with a clean slate.
How much do you owe them?
Quite a bit. But it's not the kind of money that the parents of this little boy would even miss. They're loaded. And it'd be the last time, darling, the last time you need ever have a dream. Look, go along with me on this. We'll do like you said. We'll find you a psychiatrist, get you some treatment so those nightmares are ended for good. Please, darling, it's my only chance.
All right. But only if they offer to pay.
I'd like to see the lady of the house. It's very urgent.
Oh, yes. Would you please come inside?
My maid said you wanted to see me about my son, Mark.
Yeah, well, if Mark is around 5 or 6 years old, has a teddy bear with one eye, then it's about Mark.
He'll be 6 on Thursday, and he does have a teddy bear like that, but I really don't understand.
Does he also have a nanny, an elderly woman with gray hair?
Mrs. McIntosh, could you come to the point, please?
Well, Mrs. Wheeler, your son's life is in danger.
What do you mean? What's happened to him?
Well, nothing. Yet.
You've taken him.
Oh, no, nothing like that.
We don't mean Mark any harm. We just come here to help him.
Help him? In what way?
Well, Mark's life is in danger. We can save him. It's as simple as that.
Frankly, Mr. Richards, I can see no possible connection between you and my son. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm really very busy.
Look, I know this must sound crazy, but before you have us thrown out, would you do us one favor, please? Look, have you ever heard of Mr. Arthur Thwaite, the banker?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I've met him once or twice. Why?
His telephone number's on this piece of paper. Would you call him, please? And just tell him that Greg Richards has come to see you about a dream. And, after you've spoken to him, if you still want us to, we'll say no more. We'll just leave your house. Fair enough?
Oh, please do ring him, Mrs. Wheeler.
If you don't, I promise you'll live to regret this for as long as you live.
Very well, I'll telephone him now. Perhaps you'll be good enough to wait here.
I don't think she's going to be very easy to convince, Greg.
Well, will be, once she's made the call. Hey, would you look at this place? Furnishings in this one room must have cost a fortune.
I wonder if Mark's their only child.
I don't know. Well, in any case, he's money in the bank to us.
I thought you only wanted enough to pay off your debts.
Well, I do. But if there's a little left over, we can put it to good use now, can't we?
Greg.
Well, did you speak to him?
Yes.
Well, what did he say?
He said I ought to listen to you, that you saved his life.
Well, and you know that Mr. Thwaite is a reasonable, sane man?
Yes, of course I do, but I don't understand.
Well, let me clear up the picture for you. Will you sit down, please? Now, you see, my wife has a special kind of psychic sensitivity. She has dreams that predict events that are going to happen to people in the very near future. That is, unless they take steps to prevent them from happening. Last night, she had a dream about your little son, Mark. He's going to be killed.
Oh, no.
No, don't worry, Mrs. Wheeler. It's all right. It can be prevented. I mean, we've proved it. We've warned other people.
You mean you know exactly how it's going to happen and when?
Yes, we do. We know the time and we know the place. And that information is yours, Mrs. Wheeler, for a price.
Greg!
Shut up! And that price, Mrs. Wheeler, is 10,000 pounds.
You mean you have the information to save my son's life and you're putting it up for sale? What kind of man are you?
Broke. That's the kind of man I am.
No, he doesn't mean it,
I
Mrs.
told you
Wheeler.
to shut up! I'm handling this!
What you're saying amounts to extortion. You could be arrested.
Yes, we could. We could be arrested. Well, there's the phone, so why don't you go ahead and call the police? And that way we'll go to jail and little Mark will die. Now, what's it going to be, Mrs. Wheeler? That or 10,000 pounds? Which you can easily afford. In cash, by the way.
Look, my husband's away. I can't raise that sort of money so quickly.
Well, that's why we're going to give you until tomorrow. See, I'll call you, and if you've got the money, we'll make a deal. And if not, well, we don't want to think about that now, do we, Mrs. Wheeler? Come on, Carrie, we're leaving.
No, Greg, I'm not
I said we're leaving. Come on.
Please.
Come on. Oh, I don't think we told you how my wife saw little Mark die. In her dream, I mean. It wasn't very nice, Mrs. Wheeler. It wasn't very nice at all. I'll call you tomorrow. And remember, if you've got the cash, we make the deal. Come on.
Are you going to phone her?
Just sweat it out a little longer. Won't do her any harm.
Oh, look, Greg, forget about the money. Call Mrs. Wheeler now and tell her everything. It's just not right to do a thing like this. I mean, if you could have seen yourself yesterday, you were cruel. You were vicious.
Just part of the act. You have to show people like that you mean business.
But it's not business. It's a little boy's life you're playing with.
10,000 pounds? As far as I'm concerned, that's business. That's big business.
I thought it was just the reward money you were after. If I'd known you were going to...
Hey, she'd never have given me 10,000, not just as a reward. Nobody is that grateful, especially those who've got it. She tried to kiss me off with a lousy 400 or 500 maximum.
Look, Greg, it's just not right. You can't let
Hey,
that...
stop worrying, will you? She'll pay.
Yeah, but suppose she doesn't. I mean, are you going to let this
Don't
little
worry,
boy
she'll
die?
pay. She's got to.
But suppose she doesn't. Suppose she can't.
Will you shut up? Gone this far, we can't back out now. Make the call, pick up the money, tell her about the accident. Little boy will be safe and we can say goodbye to all our troubles.
And when are you going to call her?
Look, I gotta go out for a few minutes. There's this fellow I gotta see. I'll call her when I get back, okay? Well, if nothing else, I taught you to appreciate good scotch.
Yes, the first available flight to Bermuda. Tomorrow? Yes. And what is the flight number of that? Mm-hmm. Yes. I'll just check. That was one way you wanted, wasn't it, sir? And just one ticket.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that's right. One ticket, London to Bermuda only. Now, will you book that in the name of,
Richards, Greg Richards.
Mr. G. Richards? Yes. Thank you. Oh, well, that's confirmed, sir. That's tomorrow, 11:05, London Heathrow Airport. Would you like to take the ticket now, sir? The fare is £129, 4 shillings.
No, hold it for me. I just wanted to make the booking. I'll pick the ticket up later.
Very well, Miss Richards. We close at 6, so I can hold the reservation until then.
Okay, fine.
Right, good day, sir. Good day, thank you very much.
Are you sure you spoke to Thwaite? Look, this young man gave you a phone number, but did you check it?
No.
Well, then what makes you so sure?
I've met him, Simon. I know his voice.
Spoken to him a couple of times, that's all. Don't you see, this could be a con. Give your victim a phone number and your accomplice at the other end confirms your story.
He knew. He described Mark. He knew about the teddy bear with one eye. He even described Nanny.
Well, they could have been watching the house.
Simon, please, it's not much to ask, for Mark's sake.
£10,000 for a dream.
If anything should happen to him, don't you see we haven't any choice?
All right. We'll tell Nanny to keep him in for a few days. Never to let him out of her sight.
It could be anything. A fire in the nursery.
All right. I'll speak to Thwaite myself, see what he says. If he convinces me, I'll get the bank to make up the 10,000 in notes. And keep a record of their numbers.
No. If they get suspicious, they won't tell us anything. I know they won't.
Don't worry, the bank will be careful. I'll notify the police.
No, you can't. He said if we went to the police, he'd let Mark die.
Now, look, nothing is going to happen to Mark. You don't think I'd take risks where he's concerned, do you?
But don't bring the police into this. We can afford it. The money, I mean, if it'll keep him alive.
Now, look, darling, we've got to face facts. We don't know what they're going to do. It's possible that they could plan to kidnap Mark.
They said it wasn't kidnapping. The girl, she was terribly upset. I'm sure she was honest. She said an accident.
Now, how could she be honest if she was with him?
You didn't meet her. I think she was...
Now, whatever they do, they could possibly decide to kill him themselves if we don't pay. Now, look, when he telephones, tell him that we've agreed. Tell him to call and collect the money, but say that I need a couple of hours to get it. And then when he leaves, the police can follow him.
Simon, no!
No, it's all right. Not until we know that Mark is safe.
Gary?
Yes, that's right, Mrs. Wheeler. It's 20 to 10 in the morning. Oh, no, it's all right. I just couldn't live...
You told her! You told her!
Yes, I told her. I just couldn't live without
You stupid! You just blown the biggest deal of my life! You any idea what I could have done with all that money? Huh?
We'll find the money. Look, we'll pay your debts somehow.
Debts? There aren't any debts. You know what I was going to do? I was going to take that money and put as much distance between you and me as I could. Well, at least that hasn't changed. I don't have to stay around here and listen to your whining anymore.
No, don't go, Greg.
Get away from me!
Gary? Gary! Gary! Gary.
The street.
What is it, Gary? What street?
Oh, Greg. Be careful. There's a man.
What man?
The man. The razor. He's after you, Greg. It's too late. Too late.
What man, Gary? Where? In London? When? Tomorrow? Next week? You gotta tell me, Gary! Gary! You can't die!
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Too late.